garnering the attack with Danny Griffin, and then the two we mentioned in the open. Musha Galusa, such a fierceness with which he plays, going to be the second striker to Emmanuel Johnson, who had an incredible outing against Hartford last time out.
Meanwhile, for Louisville, they've made a number of changes as well. Sharpie, Harris, Show-Me, and Wilson all come in.
Also going to be a 3-5-2. Sharpie over there on the right-hand side. And then on the right-hand side, we're going to stick with it because everything's changing. You got Wilson coming in over Aiden McFadden. You got Harris added back to the lineup. And Tola Shuanmi. Let's see what he can do and see if he can come out of that hole that we've seen him in previously.
Let's fly. Opening whistle arrives from Matt Thompson, and we play at Highmark Stadium in Pittsburgh. 10th place Riverhounds and the top Louisville City side, 3 points clear of everybody in the league. Everyone else is bent at the knee to Bob Lilly's Riverhounds in the last 6.5 years. Showing Me drops it back. Adams. Davila. Sharpie. Gonzalez. Morris. Morris! Those 3 assists on the year.
And Pittsburgh just gets caught too narrow outside center back trying to do this.
Wouldn't be American soccer without the train flying through the background.
A beautiful sight.
You might think that can't be all that common, but the reality is Louisville City once played a final at the home of the University of Louisville. Had a train running through the background, ultimately in a defeat to Real Monarchs in 2019.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, that's
Showing Me took it away. Harris knocked out by Randolph, and he dives on the grenade.
Absolutely, and this is what he does best. He's a poacher. He's fierce in the box. He recognizes moments to go, and that little moment.
You can stay this one, Wes. Get your breath. Jansen, higher.
Morris. Header snapped right into Rudolph.
And Morris with a long delivery and a misclear from Danny Griffin. Range shots, but has he really been tested? I would venture to say not.
That's not the ticket. Sometimes the best laid plans, right?
The old college try.
Yeah. Skip the college thing, went right into Columbus. Lands in Louisville. Forbes. Ordonez was wise. He knows this field as well as anybody after the last couple of years. Morris. The more enticing ball this time. Louisville 3 points ahead of the flying Indy 11, 8 straight wins for them. And the Charleston Battery, who started on fire, they'll play the title game rematch against Phoenix on Saturday night on ESPN2. Have a game in hand on both that they're elapsing right now. Morris pulls it back. Able to find Showing Me. Gonzalez smashes that right at Randolph. Here's Sean Suber. Forbes, good first touch. Plays it by Adams. Johnson went down, and without a whistle. There have been penalties given or conceded each of the last 4 Louisville City games. Forbes, little flick on, aimed to goal, that's narrowly high. Danny Griffin nearly scored an absolute banger. Wow.
That was a missile, and Bradley Sample so well done just to get this one into the mixer. He checks his shoulder before making that little flick on. Absolutely no question about it. That was a missile, and Bradley Sample so well done. Just, Mike, that has been the story of this Pittsburgh side. Narrow misses, quality chances.
Earlier in this game, even when they had a shot.
Look to in the second half is that space right in front of the back line. We talk about them playing with a supporting striker. Can you find the second striker's feet and then lay it off to an oncoming midfielder and find that vertical run in behind and perhaps have more success there?
Went down, was replaced by Pierre Caillet. Ordonez seeking Wilson Harris, the league's second leading goal scorer. Here comes Forbes. He was stymied, so he pumps the brakes. Jansen Wilson pointing out front. Wilson pulls this across. Gonzalez inside, away from Winder. Wilson! Oh, yes! Jansen Wilson! A long-range effort that puts Louisville ahead on the road! Orlando. Kyle Smith actually had to pay for his tryout. Long for Mushagalusa. Wilson. Showing me. Ball back across the face of goal and nearly tapped home by Wilson Harris. That defensive header to keep it away from Gonzalez nearly sparked a whole different problem. Here's a problem of a different ilk. In transition, Mushagalusa! What a dagger that would have been thrown at his former team. On pace potentially to shatter that. Ball through, bounces away from Harris. Gonzalez knocked it down.
City side.
Corner. Sent again, plenty of contact. Doesn't belong to the Hounds. You know, part of the conversation we have with Danny Cruz this week, a lot of coaches don't really want to be pragmatic anymore. This is our style and we'll win in this style. There's certain locales, opponents. The pragmatic approach is what makes you a champion sometimes. Louisville's been certainly pragmatic tonight. Griffin trailing. Griffin up for Kizza! Ordonez challenged.
That Bob Lilly mentioned to him when they were talking about what he could have done better in that match against Hartford. There were a few times where he could have come off his line to collect a service, treating it more like a shot as opposed to moving his feet to try and get across the end line. And we see that he has received that message loud and clear. At times, to a sometimes detriment, but.
Whoa! Referee pulling out a yellow.
I'm hoping those just fell.
And that is a second yellow. That is a sending off.
The ringer a little bit in terms of who they haven't had available of late. Wilson Harris is still really on a minutes restriction as he comes into this match not fully healthy. Adrian Perez, obviously their assist leader, out a little bit for a little bit of time. Brian Ownby still not on the field, so they're still missing some key pieces.
Ball through, Atu! Knocked out by Loss as it was dribbling through, sent out toward midfield.
The physical nature.
Morris went for goal, rung it off the post. Oh wow, what a hit, and out of the backside, showing me off target.
Near money. The perfect amount of finesse, the perfect amount of power. The perfect amount of finesse, the perfect amount of power. And it had Randolph beat had it been on frame. But Pittsburgh lives to fight for another 5 minutes plus stoppage time.
And there will be a lot of that. Ball through. Louisville looking for another. Angling in. That'll clear the stands. Randolph. Contact at the back of Serrano. Down into the corner. Gleedle. It's a matter of seconds remaining. Hung across to McFadden. The options there in front of goal. McFadden playing inside. McCabe. And Louisville appears poised to try and run out the clock. They have. Louisville City goes on the road, and again it's Pittsburgh's bugaboo. They have still never beaten Louisville at Highmark.